Hey everyone, it's Melanie of Art Studio 320. This week I'm going to show you the easiest thing in the whole world, removing veneer. Don't panic, it's not hard. It actually isn't hard at all. You do need a little bit of patience, but you don't need any elbow grease. So stick around, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please take a moment and press that red button. You are doing me a huge favor by doing that. I'm trying to get to 1,000. That's my first goal, and I'm on my way, so help me out. You can follow me on Instagram. Just check out the link in the description box below, along with all of the materials that I used this week. Stick around. This week we're talking veneer. Don't be afraid. I had the impression that veneer was something to steer clear of. Veneers are different. They are very different. The piece that I did last week, it was an MCM dresser. It was gorgeous. The veneer was mahogany wood. It was beautiful. Veneer is just a thin layer of wood, and sometimes it's beautiful and sometimes it's not. On a dresser I did, it's a shaker dresser, I knew that this dresser was really gorgeous and it just needed its new life, right? I got lucky. There was a piece off the corner of the top. I always like to show some wood if I can. Furniture is not just for painting. It's for revealing the beauty. It is about respecting the original creators of the piece of furniture. The shaker piece, I knew right away that it was a veneer that I could remove, but I didn't know how. So I went online and I watched this video from A Ray of Sunlight. I am going to show you from step one all the way through, so don't worry anymore. Okay, now you see I've got a giant towel and you can tell it's pretty wet. You don't want your towel to be dripping wet because you don't want it to drip over the sides. You can see that as I'm arranging the towel, I'm making sure that it's all tucked under so that it's not going to drip on the rest of your piece. You don't want that. So you need a towel, one that you don't care about, a pair of gloves, some kind of spray bottle to continue to get the towel wet, and you also need some kind of tool to help you pull up the veneer as it starts to buckle, and you'll see that in just a minute. Just a note on the gloves. You obviously don't need to wear gloves at this juncture, but I tend to forget to put them on, so that's why I have them on. I'm not weird. Okay, maybe I am. I almost forgot to tell you about the iron, which is the most important tool. And you need a steam iron, and it doesn't need to be expensive. And you'll see mine is $1 from a garage sale. Now here I'm about 30 minutes in, and I'm just spraying it down to make sure that the towel stays nice and damp. And really, this is kind of a, you start it at 30 minutes, you check it, you go for another 30. This is where the patience comes in, and you'll start to see when it's ready. A little spot here. This is where I knew it was veneer right off, and it's starting to get a little softer. Now I am going to put gloves on. It's got a ways to go yet, but it's starting to come up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up an iron, and I'm going to put it on top and start steaming the glue, and it should come up pretty fast. At this point, the towel has been on the dresser for 2 hours. So I'm just about ready to start steaming, which will help to melt that glue. You can kind of see in this corner, this is where I will start. But I'm going to see, I mean, it's been on here for 2 hours, this wet towel. And it's very wet, but I'm going to add some steam to it. I've turned my iron all the way up. I'm wearing my gloves because I don't want to forget to put them on. I tend to do that and I don't want to forget and get a splinter. I'm just going to leave them on. I'm going to leave it on about 20-30 seconds. Towel, so you don't want to burn your towel, scorch it, but so I'm going to take my painter's tool. It's coming off a little bit, but it's not yet. Too much effort. And I know that it doesn't need to take a lot of effort. Let's put this back on. I may have to let the towel sit a while longer. Oh, look at that. Ow, it really does work. Check this out. Holy crap. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm a believer. Wow. Oh man, that smells weird. Okay. Let's go. It is pretty exciting when it starts to peel off because you just can't believe that it would be that simple. Now, like I said, there is a little bit of waiting, so you have to be patient. But once you get going, it goes pretty quick. I just want to point out how pretty that wood is underneath. Isn't that crazy? Not only is this process so easy, but the reward is incredible. Now, sometimes, you might find that the wood underneath isn't so great, and that's happened. but wow, when it's right, it is cool. I'm down to the last corner. It's just a little bit of glue that's sticking on there. I was so worried about doing this, and this was a piece of cake. You just have to have patience and hold the iron down long enough, not hold it, just set it down long enough for it to kind of melt the glue, really. Don't use a towel that you care about. And it scorches a little bit, but if you leave it down long enough, it really works well. The reason I went to a smaller towel is because that towel was so big and I didn't want it to be sitting on the raw wood too long. All right. One little corner here. Yep. There you go. Voila. Not bad. That was quite easy. This is the last little bit. This honestly was the hardest part because sanding that glue off was kind of tough, but the results are pretty nice. All right, that is all I have for you this week. I hope that you found this video to be informative, and I hope it helped to ease your worries and your fears about removing veneer. Good luck with your next project, and thanks for being here. See you next time.